Peter. So, Peter, what are we doing?
So we recorded your dialogue, your scene at the Bytown with the Bollocks and was silent. We also recorded on a mini DV that Lee's got. So he's gonna fast forward to the scene that you were in.
There you are.
Okay. So now what happens? What do you do next?
So Lee's gonna play that scene. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna listen to yourself, the way you talk, the way you pronounce, and what exactly did you say. And because the sound off the camera is pretty crappy.
All right. So
as you watch yourself, you listen to yourself. You say it again, and we record you with the mini disc.
So I'm mimicking.
You're mimicking. And then once we edit together, we're going to put the sound that we got off this mini disc into the film, so it's going to sound really nice, clean recording.
And I have to adjust the picture at all?
No, the picture will stay at 24 frames a second.
No, but we have to shave frames to make the sync work?
We might have to shave, we might have to change the picture by cutting off some frames at the beginning and before the picture, but only at the beginning and the end. I can't do it in the middle. This should work perfectly, I think.
I think it'll be a nice, clean cut together. Because before, people had to watch themselves and see what they say, but they had to kind of pretend, what kind of speed they talk. But here, you can listen to yourself how fast you're talking, and then you record yourself the same momentum, and then you just put it in, so it should sync up nicely, really nicely.
We pretty much with Citizen Toxie, we did the exact same when we did the Toxic Avenger's voice. We pretty much did the exact same way that these guys are doing it.
Okay, we'll get you. So it's the first half of the first take.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here.
That's good.
That was perfect. The second half of Lloyd's dialogue.
And I can tell you exactly what you need to know.
Okay, so I'll cue it up better.
And I can tell you exactly what you need to know. And I can tell you exactly. I know who you are, and I know what you want.
Okay, so it's perfect cue for the next.
And what's the line again? And I.
And I can tell you exactly what you need to know.
Okay. I know who you are, and I know what you need.
3, 2, 1.
And I know who you are. Oh, fuck. And I can tell you exactly what. Fuck. And fuck. Tell you exactly what you. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. And I can tell you exactly what you need to know.
Wow. Super cool.
You think we got it?
Yeah. Lloyd was in Ottawa in the winter of 2002. Now it's the winter of 2003, a year later, and we're finally getting to the point where the scene is cut. Lloyd has recorded his dialogue, and we're going to marry his dialogue to the actual film. We're doing that on Final Cut Pro. Steve Legg is my sound editor. We're importing Lloyd's dialogue into the computer, and we're about to make it all come together. And I hope it just turns into movie magic, as it should, because it's Lloyd Kaufman. We have Lloyd Kaufman's dialogue on this CD, which I recorded when he was in Ottawa last winter. So why don't you put the Lloyd Kaufman CD in the computer,
okay,
and then we'll cut it all up and put it into the film. Importing Lloyd's. We're importing Lloyd's dialogue.
Get your WAV file, you find your bit of dialogue that is acceptable to the director, and you drop it down here.
3, 2, 1. And I know who you are. Oh, fuck. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. Good.
This is not a simple process.
No, you got it.
So we found the first part, and we're going to cut it in. You can see the scene there behind me playing out on the screen, which Steve and I are watching, and we're editing together Lloyd's dialogue, so it fits in perfectly. Or not so perfectly. It's a Harry Knuckles film, so it doesn't have to be right on. It's okay if it looks a little, if Lloyd looks a little, his lips are a little rubbery. That's okay. It's like a spaghetti western.
Oh, you are. why you're here.
There we go.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here.
That's wicked.
That's pretty good.
And I know why you're here.
And I...
And I. And I. And I. Yes. And I. Yes, I can tell you exactly what you need to know.
Pretty cool. And Lloyd, the process after this, when Steve gets it married there, I transfer this audio file onto 16mm mag tape and then put it onto my Steenbeck at home and
Bring it on! Bring it on!
Cut this bring it on in.
bring it on.
Bring it on! Surf's up!
Oh, that's awesome. There's no sound. Well, there's no music, sorry. There's sound. There's your dialogue, there's Phil's dialogue, but there's no music yet. Dun, dun, dun.
Are you the man in the hat?
No, I'm the man in the boots. The man in the hat is over there.
Lloyd. That's where people will cheer when they see you, Lloyd.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here. And I, yes, I can tell you exactly what you need to know. But only if you can outtrick me. Yeah, bring it on, bring it on. Surf's up.
This is the final step, the final stage here at my Steenbeck. I know what you've seen earlier is that I was cutting it on the Final Cut Pro digitally, non-linear. But finally, to make sure everything syncs up perfectly, I'd like to cut it on my Steenbeck. I just was timing things on my on the Final Cut Pro, but here is where it all comes down to timing to the exact frame on the Steenbeck, the old-fashioned way. None of this cutting on computers. I cut the picture entirely on my Steenbeck, frame for frame, and I'm actually going to end up cutting the entire sound on the Steenbeck. As I said, just using Final Cut Pro to time things to make sure everything's going to work out.
I can't understand why a solitary beast like the Bigfoot would leave his forest home to steal a necklace. It makes no sense.
Who can say? Great creatures make strange choices sometimes. And then suddenly, they're extinct.
I love cutting on film. It's I say film forever. Forget about video. Digital video, I mean, that's great stuff, but there's nothing like cutting film on the Steenbeck on a flatbed. With a razor blade and with tape. The good old-fashioned way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I say. See you later.
Are you the man in the hat?
No, I'm the man in the boots. The man in the hat is over there.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here. And I, yes, I can tell you exactly what you need to know. But only if you can outtrick me! Yeah! Bring it on! Bring it on! Surf's up!
Shut us up!
time is it? I'm supposed to be at a wedding.